we got to practical summary. Food cooked in a meat pot. One who ate parve food that was cooked in a clean meat pot, even if it was not scrubbed well, is not required to wait 6 hours before eating daily. So the first halacha is very simple. So we can eat one after another. So again, the biblical prohibition is to eat one with another. So if somebody ate parve food from that was cooked in a clean meat pot, right? So he can eat dairy food, and he is not obligated to wait 6 hours. So it's not because this this spaghetti did not become meat 100%. Okay, it's some meat because, as we said, it's absorbed some meat, but one after another is no problem. Next one, according to Ashkenazic tradition, one may not eat dairy along with parve food that was cooked even in a clean ben yama pot. Okay. So one more time, according to Ashkenazic tradition, one may not eat dairy along with parve food that was cooked even in a clean ben yama meat pot. So if this clean pot, but it was used less than 24 hours, right, for cooking meat, so Ashkenazi person cannot eat this spaghetti that we cooked with dairy, with cheese. Okay. Continue. One may put cooked foods in a meat pot on a dairy dish even while hot. So again, same scenario. So this spaghetti that was cooked in a meat pot that was used in the last 24 hours. Of course, it was clean, right? So you can put it in a dairy dish, right? Even while hot, meaning there is no further transfer of the taste. Okay, only transfer of the taste into the spaghetti, but not to the dish. Continue. According to Sephardic tradition, one may eat dairy along with a parve food and certainly put it on a dairy dish. So according to Sephardic tradition, we say if this pot was used at less than 24 hours, binyama pot, right? But it was washed, right? So there is they allow to eat it, like even initially to plan it like this with dairy food. Okay, so that's the leniency. I mean, it's not the leniency. We have to understand. So it is halacha. Halacha and leniency, two separate things. For Sephardic people, it's not the leniency. That's halacha for them. Okay, so that's correction. Continue. The lenient halachas regarding non-binyama pot do not apply even to sharp foods that cooked in that pot, right? So that's stringency. The lenient halachas regarding non-binyama pot, so non-binyama meaning that less than 24 hours, do not apply with the sharp food that cooked in that pot. So sharp foods are going to revive the taste. I don't know, sharp food, they did onions, right? Fried onions there. So it's going to absorb the taste of the meat. Okay, do we have any questions before we continue? I want to make sure that we are good.
Rabbi?
Yes.
So the 24 hours for the pot to be ben yama, do they start counting when the pot is completely clean? Meaning, not even a single bit of leftovers on it.
I would say from the time it was cleaned, yes. So otherwise, like even you finish eating, but it's like stays in your sink, there is still like residue. So it's like a meat in there. So I have to clean, and then from that point we count 24 hours. So and that's yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah, this part where he says the question of whether or not one may eat dairy with parve food cooked in a clean meat pot depends upon whether or not the pot is ben yama. In example, whether or not it was used for hot meat during the previous 24 hours.
Yeah.
So when he says it was used for hot meat, does it mean that you just put the hot meat in there, or do you cook the meat in
That
the
doesn't
pot?
matter. Doesn't matter. You put hot meat or you cooked there. So hot meaning it's very hot, that when your hand is going to recoil. So if you use in other words, like what we're trying to say here with this statement. So if you use this pot for just storage of the food, like cold chicken, right, or leftover chicken, you put it in this pot and put it in refrigerator. So that's there is no like infusion of the taste. Cold does not infuse the cold with the taste. So that's why he's very, very careful, and that's why I said it's amazing how he said it, right? With a hot meat, it's very interesting. So hot for storage or for hot? No, not for storage. For serving, for example, right? It was cooked there or served there. It does not make any difference. Okay, but very good questions. So it must be very clear. So if you have only few pots, right? If you have a pot of pots, like many of these situations are not going to apply to you. Period. Right. So you cook this spaghetti in a pot, and you can use it. You can eat it with meat. You can use it with cheese, whatever. Right. Whatever you want. But of course, we're trying to cover all of the grounds. So you never know what situation we can get stuck in, and plus people ask questions, so you have to be prepared that people are going to ask this question. At least we know what to ask, right? At least we know what to ask, if it's when the last time this pot was used and when exactly you clean it. So some people leave the dirty dishes like for a day or 2 days, right? So they finish eating on Shabbos, and today is I don't know, Tuesday, and they still the sink it full of dirty dishes. Understand? That's also an issue. Any other questions before we continue? Okay, so let's continue a little more. 1 second. Time flies so fast. Okay, so we go into a table. If somebody's following, it's page 138, and we have following columns: food cooked in a clean meat pot. Okay. Eating with dairy foods, initially cooking with dairy, right, and placing while hot on a dairy dish. Okay, so first scenario is Ashkenazi custom ben yama pot. Okay, ben yama meaning in 24 hours. So food cooked in a clean meat pot, which is was used less than 24 hours. Eating with dairy food prohibited. Okay. Very, very simple, right? It's Ashkenazi tradition. Initially eating with dairy food prohibited. Placing while hot on dairy dish is permitted. Okay, so that's Ashkenazi non-ben yama, meaning less than 24 hours. Non-ben yama. I apologize. It's ben yama meaning in a period of 24 hours. I said it correctly, but in my mind I made a mistake. Okay, so continue. The next one, a non-ben yama pot, meaning that it was not used for the past 24 hours. So eating with dairy, there is no problem. Okay, no problem. Initially cooking with dairy, prohibited if another pot is available. Okay, so we're talking about Ashkenazi tradition. So if according to Ashkenazi tradition, so if you have a pot of pot, don't cook this this spaghetti in order to use it in order to eat it with cheese. Don't do it, right? But placing while hot on a dairy dish, no problem. So needless to say, no problem, because his previous was no problem. So this one, needless to say. Now we're going to Sephardic custom, ben yama pot. So ben yama is less than 24 hours. Eating with dairy food, as we said, for Sephardim, there is no problem, permitted. Initially cooking with dairy, initially cooking to eat with daily foods. So even according to Sephardic custom, right, prohibited if another pot is available. So also like in some leniency, but some stringency. For Ashkenazi, both of these are prohibited. And placing while hot on a dairy dish permitted. So next one, non-binyamu pot, right? Of course, it's the most lenient option of all for Sephardim. Eating with dairy food, no problem, permitted. Eating initially cooking with dairy food, no problem, again permitted. And placing while hot on a dairy dish, no problem, is permitted. We're talking about Sephardim and non-binyamu pot, meaning that it was not used for 24 hours.